Echo, there we go. So we've taken care of that so far. So now there is a little bit of peacetime here going on in our land. We will of course keep an eye open for any new wars coming along and try and jump in and help out as time progresses, I guess. But it's good to see that we have indeed made significant jumps in the right direction towards achieving our goal of wiping out the Vlandians from our lands. Okay, so what can we try and do? We can try and make a bit of money via trading, I think, and the best way, to my knowledge, to increase your trading skill... Oh, nice, we actually found ourselves a companion who I think got captured earlier, so we'll go ahead and have a chat with them, take them into our party, and anyone who's pretty decent here... Yeah, we have a good reputation with the cargo master, I think, so we'll take this particular character we've just picked up and reassign them into forming a caravan, which we can do on the cheap, since we are indeed of Aserai ethnicity. Since if you start as the Aserai culture, you pay, I think, 4,500 less gold initially to create the caravan. So that's a good start, and it'll hopefully provide us with good money as time goes by. Loads of horses available, and they're going on the cheap here. As you can see, 21 gold per horse. You can find certain places which actually expect you to pay about 70 gold per horse. So it's a good thing that we've found these in the first place. So we'll go ahead and buy as many of them as we can, while we still, however, leave some wiggle room so that we're not too slow as a party. I think a 5-speed will be good. Therefore, now we have a caravan with 175 horses. We'll keep it a nice round number. 38 days worth of food, and we bought all of those horses at around 21 gold apiece. So now my plan is that we head up north towards these lands up here, and as we go along, we should hopefully be able to find a variety of towns and villages which will be willing to pay a pretty penny for each and every single one of those horses. I will try and keep an eye open on my I will try and keep an eye on my food consumption. That way, I ensure that my troops do not decide to go ahead and slaughter any of these horses in order to feed the armies. So, indeed, it is something that happens if you forget to supply your army with actual food. They will go ahead and kill off any livestock, and at certain times even horses, in order to ensure that they have some food in their bellies. Not a nice thing to do, but that's the way the game goes. Right, so let's go ahead and check. We were, like we said, we're already going to make a huge profit here. We bought the first few horses at 21 gold apiece. Now we are going to be selling them at 145. So we'll go ahead and sell them until we, say, reach about 80 gold apiece. There we go, yes. So immediately, we originally paid 3,000 gold for 175 horses. For selling 40, we're already making back that money and much more. So that all works in our favor, and we have therefore earned ourselves an additional 11 skill points from this. Yes, indeed, making big profits wherever we go. That's the plan. We'll also take this opportunity to pick up the wholesaler trade skill, which decreases our selling price for the penalty of trade goods. Trade goods being, I think, as far as I'm aware, food items, pottery, flax, and so many other different ones. There is another one which allows you to do something similar with equipment, like which I personally take to be things like weapons and such. However, I'd rather go with trade goods, since those are more consistent to come by, since when it's peacetime like it is right now, we're not really going to be able to capitalize on such a thing. Okay, let's head over up to Lageta. Perhaps we'll be able to make some money there. Ooh, apparently there was a rebel outbreak over in Epicrity here, rising up against the Batanians. I believe these lands usually belong to the Northern Empire, who, as you can see, have been pushed back quite massively, I would say. So they might be in a little bit of trouble here. Furthermore, also, I'm just noticing that the Khuzait faction here has also expanded and taken a random territory deep within their territory here. So, looks like there could also be an uprising there at some point in time if they're not too careful. So we'll keep heading on this way. There is also a party of people we can go ahead and kill if we so please. These are the Jawal, who are also a faction who have previously raided some of my caravans. So it could be a good idea to just go ahead and wipe them out completely, so that they never mess with our units again. Already, yet again, you see, before we sold them for 145 gold maximum, I think. Now we're able to sell them at 200 gold maximum. So we'll again push it down just around 280. So again, making yet another 3,200 gold from that simple trade right there. An additional 6 skill points being earned. Let's see if there's actually anything that's being sold on the cheap that we can maybe take with us and sell nearby. Not particularly. Well, there's some salt. No, wine actually is looking to be pretty decent, profitable in terms of profitability. Maybe even tools. Tools could be a good option. Yeah, let's pick up some tools. I think that could be a worthwhile investment here. We'll take up to 65 a piece. Yep, there we go, 65 a piece, and we'll hold on to those and sell them on later on down the line. However, I guess we can indeed go ahead and just take our chances and go for a quick fight against the Jawal here and eliminate them all. Might as well get ourselves some prisoners and remove yet another hostile faction from the map here. We should be able to catch up with them now in open ground. Yes, we can. And yep, there we go. So, yes, as you can see, they are extremely unhappy with us with a negative 100 reputation. But since they are certainly not very liked by our fellow Aserai, we will indeed go cause them some trouble. Yes, they have previously murdered a number of caravan guards for a number of my caravans, which were making me a nice tidy profit. And if we take a look here at the Jawal, I have already executed 2 of its members. So this one here is Suthain that we are about to go ahead and take out. So yeah, let's just take care of this issue and make sure that they never cross our paths ever again. They will remember the name of Jassid Bani Sayid. So, we'll set you up here, archers, which we now have a significant number of, which is beautiful to see. We'll hold the flank there. Cavalry to hold off to one side. Horse archers in loose formation. So, what's their play? They don't seem to be closing in towards us, so we'll set all our units to engage, heading towards them. Cavalry to follow me, horse archers to follow as well. I think that's the best option here. So my suspicion is that they're going to try and make use of this little area here with forest, I guess. So what I can try and do is scare them off from going there by sending my cavalry in that direction. Perhaps I can also pick up a couple of units along the way. Oh, only hit one of them, and that I think, no, that's not the, I think that might have actually been one of the noble, that might have been the lord that I'm chasing after here. Tell our horsemen to pull back. Horse archers opening up a little bit here. They do have javelins, so that will be extremely problematic against our cavalry. Of course, horses not too keen on getting hit by javelins, as you can imagine. Okay, arrows opening up here. Go and try and mess them up a little bit. Good damage. Oh, another hit. Ooh, took a big old javelin there to the chest, or to the shoulder rather. Oh, we're okay. There you go. Two Jawal Bedouin going down. Camels being released of their masters. Okay, our cavalry is holding off to the side, which is good. I'll tell my horse archers to do their own thing here. It'll be alright. Let's go get these archers real quick. Nope, that's a crossbow, and I did take another hit at that time to the chest, it seems like. Ooh, just missed. Ooh, close one, very close indeed. Let's disengage while we can. Infantry moving up. They do still seem to be trying to charge us down here. As you can see, however, they are still a relatively nomadic tribe, if you will, and they have little to no armor on their units. So this billhook here with its very, very dangerous slash is well within its capabilities to go ahead and easily dispatch of them if I can land a hit, of course. Which is a little bit tough since I have yet to really fully upgrade my units here, or my two-handed skills at this time. Okay, some of these Bedouin getting stuck behind our lines, trying to stab away at our infantry. However, they are leaving themselves quite vulnerable to the archers in the background. They're slowly moving up, it seems like. So we'll tell our cavalry now to engage. Hang on. Engage. Alright. Oh no, they caught one of our horse archers. That's not good. And infantry to engage. Off you go. Kill him, kill him, kill him. All of them. Our horses seem to be attacking deeper in the front lines now, making use of their javelins as they close in. Catch any retreater, anyone retreating. There goes a recruit. One more over here. We'll leave no survivors if we can. Oh, wow, I'm getting really unlucky here and landing hits on their shield every time. How many of them left? And that's a victory. Congratulations. Yes, currently I am playing vanilla Totten. However, I am very much looking forward to playing some of the mods which are currently in the works. I've seen a plethora of very, very beautiful mods, and I fully intend on using quite a few of them as they go along. I've seen I saw one recently that was going to be a rework set in feudal Japan, for example, and there's a variety of others, like one that goes ahead and turns it into the European map and such. So I am very much looking forward to playing a number of these mods and hopefully showcasing them here on the channel and also on YouTube once I upload them there. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Totten. Sol is here. Sol is here. So, as we did say, we're gonna go ahead and well, execute this guy as well. He has caused my people enough trouble thus far. So yeah, he has most definitely earned himself a nice big old blade to the back of the neck. So let's go ahead and loot everything we can, and we will find Suthain of the Jawal, and I'll meet you in the afterlife. Cheers. And 3, 2, and 1. Chop off his head. Yes, he will. Kaboom. It's a good feeling. It's a kind of satisfying. I'll admit, very satisfying indeed. Of course, messes your reputation massively with a number of different people. However, using the right techniques, it is indeed possible to later on down the line improve your reputation and get back up into the graces. At least for those that you want to. So we'll sell off any items we no longer require. We've taken 25 jagged spears off of those people. A number of shields, nothing too great. And some other bits and bobs to be sold as well. Hey, good to see you, Fisk. How are you this evening? Good to have you joining in. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's well. So, yes, we did already sell some horses at this location, so it's now time for us to head over to a brand new location, potentially. I'm thinking that Rothay over here may be a prime location to sell some of our horses. I do see, however, that it is possibly connected here to Phasos, which does indeed generate midland poultries, so other horses. Oh, Southern Empire has decided to wage war against the Aserai here. So yeah, looks like we have a brand new war on our hands. Well, reputation, kind of. I guess it depends on whether or not you plan on doing business with those nobles at any point in time. Also, however, something that was discovered is that the more you execute, it will indeed over time give you certain traits. Specifically, in my case, the deceitful trait for having gone ahead and decapitated so many of them, which I suspect is will indeed prevent you from being able to go for certain choices in missions which require a certain level of dialogue, if you will. So, two-handed, we did level that up, which is wonderful. So now we can increase our damage by 10% with two-handed axes and maces, and also allow our infantry to deal an additional 2%. Alternatively, if we swing two-handed swords, note the word swords, it will be increased by 3%, and the swing speed of our infantry will be 2% higher. So, damage versus swing speed, a bit of a tough call here, and also at this point in time we're going to have to figure out whether we're going to be using two-handed swords or alternatively two-handed axes and maces. And I think I'll be going for axes, to be honest. I think the axe is indeed a weapon that you will find being used by a number of Aserai units, so that is what we will go for here. And more damage, slightly more damage, will hopefully give enough of an edge to eliminate the targets quicker. On the other hand, though, when you think about it, a higher speed makes it a little bit more easy for them to ensure that they can get the attack in and possibly flinch their opposition. Okay, horses. Selling yet again for 184, so we'll bring it down to 80 a pop. There we go, making yet another 4,000 gold, just like that. Trade skill up to 47, so we're making very good progress in that aspect as well. Any good weapons that we can pick up from these guys? Although I'd rather wait. Ooh, this is a sword I really do like, honestly. The Ridged Great Saber. It's a very, 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 very strong sword. As you can see, it does cost 64,000, which beats pretty much my 69.8. But yeah, it can be used not only as a one-handed sword, but also as a two-handed sword. And yeah, it's a very, very good sword that I would definitely consider picking up if I could. There's also a two-handed cleaver which is available, dealing how much? 139 cutting damage. That would be pretty painful indeed. Let's take a look at it real quick. Yeah, that's a scary blade to look at. I mean, I'm seeing it as part of a video game, and it's a very, very intimidating blade. Let alone if you were to see one of these in real life charging right at you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Right, like I was saying, we have 120 units available. I'm thinking we'll go ahead and check and see if we can find anyone around here that we can possibly pick off and well, just trade, I guess. You know, capture a noble for this faction, and then go ahead and sell them off for a profit. Since these are not Vlandians, I have no intention on going ahead and on executing them. Ooh, as I anticipated earlier, the Atma indeed, rebelling against its owners, who were indeed the Khuzaits over here. This land originally belonging to the Northern Empire. So, yeah, they've just lost themselves a city, and will have to possibly trade some units to try and take it back. Okay, nope, I'm going to head in the other direction. 120 units versus that was at least 1,400 units. No, thank you. Yeah, it is a very good-looking blade. I do agree with you. However, something to keep in mind, which I found out the hard way recently, is that you really need to go ahead and look at the handling skill. So the higher the handling skill, I think the faster you will be able to, I guess, the more effectively will be able to wield that weapon overall. Of course, also keep a lookout for swing speed. Therefore, the higher the swing speed, especially for a weapon which is good at chopping, or even if you're going for something which is more of a stabbing weapon, the higher the thrust speed, the more efficiently you can possibly time your attacks and land them on target, especially if you're charging around on horseback. Right, so horses, can we sell anything here? Here, for example, they're only valued at 40 gold apiece, so I'm not going to go ahead and waste my precious horses selling them. here in Amitatis. Not at all worthwhile. I'll head over to Jean-Marie, then we'll go ahead and try and consider what our next move is going to be as we go along. Maybe we could also try and raid some cities or raid some villages to get some loot that way. Valued at 30 apiece. Nah. Gonna hold on to these horses for now. I think it would be a good idea. This castle appears to be getting sieged. However, it is not an Aserai, and it is not the Aserai who are sieging this place, which is very interesting. Let's go ahead and head over to Zestea. I think with that, yeah, that'll be a good idea. Let's head over to Zestea over here, and we'll go ahead and steal and try and pillage as many hogs from them as we can. We're still good on food, don't get me wrong, but that would ultimately give us access to a brand new type of good that we can go ahead and steal and yeah, just sell whenever we need or just execute for additional food as we go along. So yeah, let's go ahead and take hostile action. We will go ahead and raid the village. We will need to take on the local militia of 21 people, and also by raiding this village, it will also help reduce the food stocks and food supplies of the castle or town that is associated with this location. Only 21 people, however, I'd rather preserve my units, so I'm going to take this fight. I'm going to take this fight personally here. Archers in loose formation, cavalry like so, that'll do, and horse archers in loose formation. Okay, let's move up our troops here. Archers can move slightly. Horses, let's go ahead and tell you all to engage. Same goes for my horse archers. Hopefully they don't get caught in the enemy spears, and we'll be alright. Soldiers to engage, infantry to engage as well. Archers to move up as well. Yeah, they are poor peasants for sure, but it's just it's not. I know it's not their fault, but they just happen to be aligned with the wrong nobles, I guess. Okay, there you go. That is why I'm kind of worried here, sending in my cavalry, since they are very stocked up on spears. They are they can be pretty lethal going up against our cavalry. I think the best way for me to go ahead and really counter this, if I wanted to, if I need to, is to go ahead and equip better armor to my horse, which is something I think I will go ahead and invest in. That way, we'll be sure that that our horses can continue staying mobile and not get caught out by a bunch of poor little peasants like this. Careful. Yep, he's about to try and run away. We'll go ahead and finish him off, leaving no survivors. Right, we'll take these prisoners here, level up everyone who's done their job beautifully, like so. Should also be a few bits and bobs that we can take off of them. And now we begin our raid. As we go along, we begin receiving some grain and also whatever object type or whatever item is being usually produced within this location. More villagers coming in, however, since we are plundering, they will not engage with us. Oh, that's a lot of looters, 45 looters. However, I don't think we need to take them on. We can let the looters take on the enemy villagers, scare them off maybe. Plus the looters will also run further interference in the lands of the opposition, so all's well that ends well. There we go, earning a little bit of gold as well, a little trickle of 30 gold a pop. Some 20 there. Oh yeah, there we go, took ourselves a significant amount of loot, I would say. Some prisoners as well. So yeah, I'd say that was a success. We could also do this again with Tarkutis over here, for example, and that way, therefore, we can then gain access to some of their grapes and other food items that they have in stock. There we go. Just running interference for now. That's what we're doing. Running interference for our infantry, or for the rest of our army, I guess. Force archers to engage and lose formation. This is a bit of a tough, tricky fight here. While yes, we are sending in our cavalry, we do certainly run a bit of a risk of having them get caught in between these buildings here. So I'm gonna need to be a little bit cautious that they don't accidentally get caught in the enemy defenses, I guess, spears and such. Yep, there you go. See, they're especially our units that have no armor on their horses getting caught out in the process here. However, they are dropping like flies. We do have the superior, the superior troops at this time. They're trying their best though. They're certainly going down without a fight. Got a runner. Now they managed to actually kill one of my infantry, unfortunately. So these, like I said, do not underestimate them, not at all. Even regular infantry runs the risk of getting killed by them. Okay, more prisoners. We'll have to fill in that one additional slot at some point in time to max out our army. Take everyone here, and now we wait and go ahead and pillage them from all of the grapes that they have at their disposal. This, I believe, should also possibly count towards improving our roguery skill. As I recall, no, hang on. Raid caravans, recruit and lead bandit troops, infiltrate enemy towns, give bribes, escape captivity. Interesting. I was under the impression that raiding actually does increase your roguery. Let me check. We're currently on 1444. Give it a few days, see if that increases. Let's check. Yes, it does indeed increase. So if I'm seeing, hang on. Yeah, it has increased. So apparently, raiding enemy locations does give you a trickle of experience, a trickling experience, which will further level up your roguery. Therefore, the higher your roguery, the more loot you will get at the end of a battle. So, indeed, you will lose not only reputation, possibly with the nobles of the land, of the nobles who own this particular location, but also with the people who actually live and operate this particular village. So keep that in mind. A lower reputation with the people at the village, the less people you will be able to recruit from said village. In my case, however, I am not planning on recruiting anyone from the Empire culture, so I have no issues doing so in this playthrough. Right, sell off anything we don't need. There we go. Sell off a few random small weapons. All those. So yeah, as you saw, there are saddles. We should indeed actually buy ourselves a cheap saddle. I think 2.6k should be enough. It'll increase our overall armor by more than double. So that's a good trade in my opinion. Some hogs, not doing too good. We'll sell these tools. We did buy them a lot cheaper, so should make a profit that way. There we go. A few olives. Yeah, that'll do nicely.